Greetings of the day. In this video lecture of BCom 4th semester, we will have the question for the final accounts of banking companies. So, in the previous lecture, we have again seen a detailed question with regard to the banking companies, and we have seen how to make balance sheet, profit and loss account, and all the 16 schedules are related with the banking companies. What we have seen in the last lecture, we will have a quick recap. First of all, we have to prepare the pro forma of balance sheet. After that, we have to prepare the pro forma of P&L account, and later on all the 16 schedules one by one. Due to the space constraint with me on this board, I am first preparing P&L account and its schedule, then balance sheets and its schedule. But you should not ideally use this format. You should use format of balance sheet, P&L account, and all the schedules one by one from starting to end. We can roughly draw the all schedules. We all know that which schedule will be requiring more items or more space in your books. So kindly follow that thing, and we will start with the new and the last question for our unit number 1, and later on with this video we will sum up our unit number 1. So the link of the question is again attached in the video. Kindly refer to it to see the question so that you could understand the solution clearly, and the solution would be drawn by me on the board. Kindly follow it so that you could have understanding how to prepare final accounts of banking company. So the question has been given for the what we can say, Security Bank Limited for the year ending on 31st of March 2014, and we have been asked to prepare P&L account as well as balance sheet as on date. Along with this, trial balance with certain adjustment has been provided to you. We all know that for all trial balance item there would be only one entry, whereas for adjustment there would be two entry. So rebate on bill discounted of rupees 2000, provide for 10,000 for bad debts, provision for 50,000 for taxation. Then dividend has been proposed by the directors at the rate 10%. Dividend is to be paid on the paid up capital. Kindly note it down, and interest accrued on investment. These are the certain adjustments which have been given in the question. Along with that, there is another adjustment which we try to remember, that is transfer to statutory reserve, which is a compulsory adjustment in the banking company which we need to follow. So we will start with the framing up of solution for the Security Bank Limited. So what we have done, we have prepared the format for banking company, and I have written all the items which would come in the particular solution, and as well as here we will start with schedule number 13. Schedule 13 for interest earned by bank. Interest earned by bank. So we have to look in the question what are the various interest thing which has been given in the question. So first is interest and discount has been provided. Interest and discount of rupees 4 lakh. 4 lakh has been given. We would write it down. Less rebate on bill discounted is given in the adjustment. We have to take it. Rebate on bill discounted, the amount is of 2000. Deducted, the amount would be 3,98,000. Apart from this, we have to see, is there any other income? Yes, there is interest accrued on investment. Please add it. Interest accrued on investment. It is again in the adjustment. The last adjustment, I think the amount is 11,500. 11,500. Kindly make the total of it. 4,09,500. Transfer it to the interest part in schedule number, for schedule number 13. 4,09,500. Take it in the P&L account. Next would be schedule number 14. Schedule 14 for other income. What are the other income which the bank has earned during the particular year? First is the bank has received the rent for rupees 10,000. 10,000. Along with that, the bank has also received commission. Commission received 90,000. 90. Hence the total income is 1,00,000 to be termed as other income, transfer it to P&L account 1 lakh and make the total of the total income 5,09,500. 5,09,500. Next part is the schedule number 15. Schedule number 15 for interest expended or interest paid by the bank. It is usually on the deposit. So first is interest paid on deposit, rupees 1,45,000. Interest paid on deposits 1,45,000. This is what is been the interest given by bank to its deposit holders. Then interest on bank borrowings. Bank has borrowed money for which it has paid interest. Interest on bank borrowing. The amount is 10,000. Kindly make the total of it 1,55,000. Transfer it to the P&L account. For schedule number 15, the amount is 1,55,000. Now moving to schedule number 16, operating expenses. What are the various operating expenses given in the question? There is only one expenses has been given, salary and other operating expenses. Salary and other operating expenses which has amounted to rupees 1,17,117. 1,17,000. As there is only one head, we can make total of it and transfer it to our P&L account. 1,17,000. Both the schedules have been done for expenditure also. Now only one thing has remained, that is provisions and contingencies. For this part, we have to go into the adjustment which provisions are being asked. So as there are more than one provision. For example, we have to make provision for bad debts as well as for taxation, which has been asked in the question. So we have to go for the schedule. We don't need to name it provision and contingencies, as we are taking the total in the P&L account. Hence we need to provide the schedule. Provision for doubtful debt. Provision for doubtful debt and provision for taxation. These are the two provisions which are being asked in the adjustment to be taken into part. So we have to take it. So provision for doubtful debt is for rupees 10,000. Is for rupees 10,000. Whereas for taxation it is for 50,000. Hence the total can be fetched 60,000 to our P&L account. 60,000. This is what we can take to P&L account, so that we can make total of our expenditures. So try to make the total of it. Yes, 3,32,000 is the total for expenditure. 3,32,000 is the total for expenditure. Now we have to move to the third segment of profit and loss account, that is of calculation of profit or loss. First of all, we will find out profit for current year, that is 1 minus 2, income total minus total expenditure, 5,09,500 minus 3,32,000. The answer would be 1,77,500. 1,77,500. Apart from this, in the trial balance, we have been provided with the opening P&L account or profit and loss account for previous year or brought forward by any other name, that is amounted to rupees 75,000. Now we have total of our profit and loss account, so we can make it. It is 2,52,500. 2,52,500 is the total of third column. Now moving to the last part of our P&L account, that is appropriation. In appropriation, what we have said, we have to make one thing on the compulsory basis, that is transfers to statutory reserve. What is the percent? 25% of current year net profit, which is 1,77,500. 1,77,500 into 25% on compulsory basis. The amount is 44,375. Second is 10% dividend has been proposed in the question, in the adjustment. So we have to propose 10% multiplied by. Dividend is to be paid on the capital, that is paid up capital. What is the paid up capital of the company? It is 5 lakh. 5 lakh into 10%, that is 50,000. Then balance carried down to balance sheet is the balancing figure. First of all, we have to write the total 2,52,500 minus 44,375 minus 50,000. The remaining portion is 1,58,125. 1,58,125 is the balance which we need to transfer to balance sheet. Now we will start with the main part, that is preparation of the balance sheet for this question with all the schedules of the balance sheet. Now we will start with the balance sheet, that is over the second portion of the solution. But we have discussed what? First of all, we have to prepare format of balance sheet. Later on, below that, we have to prepare format of P&L account. Then from schedule number 1 to 16, we have to prepare in this pattern, not in the pattern which I am solving the solution. I am solving due to space constraint, but you don't have any kind of space constraint because you are provided with your proper pages. Now for balance sheet, we will start with schedule number 1. Schedule 1, that is for capital. Question has provided with authorized capital. We can write it 10 lakh, 10,000 shares of rupees 100 each. That is authorized capital. Kindly close it. Then is the issued and paid up capital. Issued and paid up capital, which is again provided, authorized capital is provided in the prior part of trial balance, in the heading of trial balance, whereas issued and paid up capital has been provided into the trial balance. It is 5,000 shares of rupees 100 each, that is 5 lakh. Nothing is in arrears, hence we can make the total 5 lakh and transfer it to balance sheet with regard to the capital of the banking company, that is 5 lakh. Now moving to the second schedule, that is for reserve and surplus. Reserve and surplus. For reserve and surplus, we have first of all statutory reserve, which we have calculated into the P&L account, and opening balance is not being provided, hence we would write directly 44,375. Along with this, reserve fund is being provided in our trial balance, so we would take reserve fund amounted to rupees 3 lakh. With this we have balance of P&L account. We have calculated the balance of appropriation, that was 1,58,125. 1,58,125. All these items are to be added, and the total is 5,02,500. 5,02,500. Transfer it to balance sheet. Next is the schedule 3 of deposits, which is been accepted by bank on behalf of its customer. So directly we have been given the head of deposits in the trial balance with an huge amount of 23,50,000. 23,50,000. Kindly note it down, only one amount is been given, so we can transfer it to balance sheet. With regard to banking company, this is again a very small amount. Then going to the further schedule number 4 for borrowings. What are the borrowings which bank has made? So we can see in the trial balance there is only one borrowing from other banks. borrowings from other banks by our security bank amounted to rupees 4 lakh. 4 lakh, kindly transfer it. 4 lakh. Next is the schedule number 5th for other liabilities. Schedule number 5th for other liabilities. Apart from this, we have to take the other liabilities which are not been taken from trial balance till now and from the adjustment also. So first is the pension fund for rupees 25,000 provided in trial balance. 25,000 pension fund. Second is the, we have discussed in the part of schedule number 13, rebate on bill discounted. Rebate on bill discounted, which amounted to rupees 2,000. Third thing was provision for taxation. We have taken in the provision part after 16 schedule, provision for taxation 50,000. Next is the unclaimed dividend has been provided in the question, that is our trial balance. Unclaimed dividend by shareholders, it has amounted to rupees 5,000. We have to take that into account. 5,000. Then in appropriation we have proposed the dividend. That proposed dividend is our other liability of rupees 50,000, that is 10% of paid up capital. Paid up capital is 5 lakh. 5 lakh, 10% is 50,000. Now we can make total of it 1 lakh 32,000. 1 lakh 32,000. That is the total of 38 lakh 84,500. 38 lakh 84,500. This is the part for what we can say our liabilities section, capital and liabilities. Now we will move to our second segment, that is for the assets. In that we will start with our schedule number 6 for cash and balance with RBI. So we will start with schedule 6, cash and balance with RBI. So here we have to take two things. What is our cash in hand? First thing, that is what we have to take, and second thing what we have to take is cash with RBI or balance with RBI. Either of the name can be used for it. So these are the normal two heads which we have to take into account while we preparing schedule number 6. So cash in hand is provided for 1,83,000, whereas cash with RBI is 1,47,500. 1,47,500. Now we can make the total of it. 500 0 3 3,30,500. 3,30,500 transfer to balance sheet. Then is schedule number 7. Schedule number 7 is balance with banks and money at call and short notice. Money at call and short notice. So in the question we have been provided with money at call and short notice. Only one head has been provided into the question. We can take that into account for this schedule. It amounted to rupees 3 lakh. Kindly note it down and transfer it to balance sheet after totaling it. Schedule 7, 3 lakh. Next is the schedule 8 for investments. Schedule 8 for investment. So investment has amounted to rupees 12,50,000. Only one head is been given. $12,50,000. Kindly make the total of it. 12,50,000. Transfer it to balance sheet. Then is schedule 9 for loan and advances which are being given by bank to its customers. So what is being provided in the question? First is bill discounted and purchased of rupees 1 lakh. Bill discounted and purchased for rupees 1 lakh plus. Next is loan and advances for 16 lakh. Loan and advances for 16 lakh, out of which we have to create provision for in the adjustment we have been asked for provision for doubtful debts. Provision for doubtful debts. This is the debt which is been given by bank to its customer. The provision has been asked to make of rupees 10,000. So write it down, 10,000. So the total is 15,90,000. 15,90,000 plus 1 lakh, that is 16,90,000. Transfer it to schedule 9. 16,90,000. Then is schedule 10 for fixed assets. Here an interesting thing has been given in the question. We have been provided with all the fixed assets less depreciation. For example, premises less depreciation 2 lakh. Premises less depreciation 2 lakh. Second one is office car less depreciation. Office car less depreciation 50,000. 50,000. Then is furniture less depreciation 32,500. 32,500. The total is 2,82,500. 2,82,500. Then is the schedule number what we can say 11. Now is the 11th schedule, that is other assets. So please note it down, schedule 11, other assets. What are various other assets apart from this? First one is the interest accrued on investment, which is been given in the adjustment. Interest accrued on investment, it has amounted to rupees 11,500. 11,500. Second is the non-banking asset, which we have discussed in the theory. Non-banking assets are there. These assets are of the borrowers who failed to pay the amount of loan or EMIs that is been taken into account here. That amounted to rupees 20,000. Make the total of it 31,500. Transfer it to balance sheet. And now we are able to make the total of our assets. Total has been matched to 38,84,500. Apart from this, we have to see what is contingencies and liabilities in schedule number 12. Schedule 12, contingent liabilities. Usually this information is provided into adjustment and no such information has been provided. Hence, we have to mark the column as nil. This is it for this unit. From next lecture, we will start with our unit number 2. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you.